Hey guys, how you doing? So I'm just gonna do a quick wash of the car because it's been raining, and before that it was just sitting out here. There was lots of dirt and salt because we had a small snowstorm. So now I wanted to just give the car a wash while it's still wet. I'm gonna spray it down with this bottle. Fill the bottle with it's just water and some car wash soap, and I'm gonna spray it down. And then I'm going to, maybe I'll wax it. I don't know. It's kind of cold out here and warmer than most days, but I'm just going to spray it down and wash it down. And you're going to start that by just simply covering as much of the surface as we can with just spraying it down, really. And this bottle should be theoretically enough. We do have a little rust right here. I don't know if we'll do a video on that. I don't know if I want to mess with that because, well, quite frankly, that's more than I can take on in the city setting. So other than that, the cars are fine. Nothing really new to report. Just wanted to show you as much of this process as I can. It's very easy to do this. Anyone can do this. Anyone who has some old spray bottle lying around. Sort of just spray it down. You want to start at the top if you can. I probably should have added a little bit more soap. Shake that up a little bit. But you can't tell the car is dirty right now because it's wet, you know. But once we start using a microfiber to rub it down, I mean, the paint is already cracked and fractured, so I don't really get too crazy about the paint work on this car. If you look, you'll see the microscopic lines here. That's called paint fracturing, and that happens because of something, as far as I know, it's about the process that was done. Something about the paint thing that wasn't done 100% correctly, or just the way the paint was mixed or something like that at the factory. And what happens is, with time, that paint fractures and you get this, and it's all over the car. So even though it's shiny and a clear color, you can't feel it, but it's just like a microscopic fracturing. It kind of looks like stainless steel, but it wasn't scratched. You can tell when you put your hand over it because it's completely smooth after you sort of clean it. But you know, that's what we have here with this car. So I don't go crazy about the scratches because I can't get rid of the fracturing anyway. So, but I do use a microfiber, and I do use soap as a lubricant to try to prevent, you know, you don't want to add to the scratches. It's not what you're trying to do. You're trying to clean your car in the best way possible without trying to, you know, sabotage any of the work that you do. Car sits out here, and you'll be amazed how much dirt it collects in the city. That's probably just due to the, you know, buses like that drive by and get all dirt up and grime and anything you can think of, tire dust, just soot, and pretty much anything you can think of. You can see it a little bit better back here. Here's the license plate. You can really see it over here. I have to cut out that. So basically that's it. You just spray it down, and once you're satisfied that you sprayed it down enough, I'll share the name of this car wash soap because I like it. It has UV protection in it, and it also doesn't streak. Oh, it's called Simon's, I believe. And I'm not endorsed by any of the products I use on this channel. It's because, well, just no one's endorsing me. I'm a small-time channel, you know. So everything I use on this show, I use it because I've had good experience or because it's affordable. It needs a proper cleaning. I just want to use up kind of the whole bottle. But right now I'm going to start wiping. I have a clean, fresh microfiber cloth right here. And I'm going to start from the top and work my way down. And you'll see as soon as I start wiping, because this cloth is nice and white and clean. Once I start wiping, you'll see what kind of dirt this car actually has on it. Right there. So, yeah. It looks clean, but it's not. And I'm going to use the spray bottle as I go along to keep it lubricated and keep it from scratching the car. That's what you're supposed to do. So, I'm gonna get on it. Hopefully, that's because I used it to wipe down the wheels last after I cleaned the whole car. It's obviously still wet. The car is just gonna have to air dry from this point on, and then you can see it's pretty shiny. And then we will get any spots that we missed with another clean microfiber. At this point, this is just a what? This is ugly. Okay, because I do have gasoline right now. When I fill the cap, gasoline comes pouring out, which probably means either my evap hose is clogged up somewhere, or the evap canister needs to be changed out. One of those things. Ooh, there's a chip I've never noticed before. So we will take care of that in a future video. This is just washing the car is part of maintenance. Yeah, it needs to be cleaned and waxed, especially now. Winter's coming and I expect there to be snow. Since the car stands outside, sits outside, I want to be able to provide it with some measure of protection. And sometimes I use spray wax when I don't have a lot of time. I know most of you guys will say spray wax is garbage, don't use spray wax. I know that, but sometimes you just don't have the time, and you end up using a regular spray wax as opposed to a nice, wax in, wax off kind of stuff, which I prefer to use as well. But I'm probably going to do a few of the panels today, just the top ones, the ones that get the most sort of action. We'll see. I'll try to cover as much of it as I can. But right now the car is still wet, so it needs to air dry. Okay, this is also a good time to make sure that the drain holes are clean. You have a drain hole back here at the back of the trunk. You got to feel for it. You'll find it in there. Trust me, it's in there. You get a lot of crud and leaves in here if you keep your car outside like I do. And then check these right here as well. Right here. Under the door, there's one in this car. There's one in the front, and there's one in the back right here. So you got to make sure you can stick your finger up there or some kind of tool. I would avoid anything sharp and metallic, because if you scratch a pane inside, it might rust from the inside. You don't want that. So just get something in there, maybe some WD-40, which stands for water displacement, if you guys know, and that will displace the water that's in there, and it'll also keep it from rusting up. You can use anything else. If you got fluid film, use that. But basically, just make sure those holes are clean. Back here, I'm gonna use this old rag to remove leaves and whatever I can from there. And that's part of just making sure that the car is clean and all the ports are open. There's also some on the roof right here, but I have a problem with this insulation thing. It kind of falls off when I open it. So right now I know it's holding, so I don't want to open it, but in the summer I'll get it open, and I think I'll do the lining in the car too in this coming summer, and also check all the ports, make sure they're clear, get the gunk out of there. So, because you don't want water sitting there. When it sits, that's when you have problems with rust. And yes, I know my trunk is filled with crap, but I try to fix stuff, and oftentimes tools get left behind, and once in a while I'll do a season cleaning and get everything out of it. It's not really heavy. You just have an empty box pretty much over there. A lot of these things are not heavy, just take up a lot of room. That box has a few things in it, but it's practically empty, very light, but it's just taking up a lot of space right now. Okay, if you have a tight space like I do, what you do is you take this microfiber, right, and you tuck it in there like that. Just tuck it in, and then you drag it across like this, and do that a few times. Get all the gunk out, and look what everything I got out. Okay, so I wasn't sure whether that hole was clean, so I inserted that hose that we used to change the oil in the car. It's obviously clean right now, and I just stuck it through the hole and snaked it through here. I didn't really snake it, I just pushed it and it went through. It's supposed to come out somewhere on the bottom here.
but I actually cannot see it. So I'm guessing it's made its way through, and hopefully clean that out. If there was any. Ugh, it is rubbing a lot on this thing. Ugh, not a pretty picture. But it went through. Let's see if we can do the same thing on this side. Can always get another tube. It's not going in as easy as the other one went in. As it went in on the other side is what I meant to say. Okay, here we go. Snake, snake, snake. Ooh, bent. Ooh, it's kinking. Which might mean there's just a lot of resistance in there. Hopefully it won't break off. But if it does, it's a tube. So if we cut it, it'll just keep going. It's amazing how far down it goes. And it meets a lot of resistance along the way. Okay, it's not going any further, and I don't want to break the tube. But point is, it should come out somewhere down here. Okay, so I couldn't find the wax on stuff, so I'm gonna use this. Wax as you dry. It's perfect because the car's still wet. So let's get to it. Just spray on and buff off. Okay. Alright, so it's already gotten dark, but here's the car pretty much. Today we'll be able to see much because it's really crappy light, but here she is, pretty much waxed with the spray wax, but it should protect it decently enough, you know. Nothing amazing, but you know, for a car that sits outside for long periods of time, you want to give it what protection you can. Thank you for watching, and if you like this video, please subscribe. Thank you.